Hi guys, welcome back. It's Mrs. Peterson, that lady who teaches art, and today we are going to glaze our pinch pot turkeys. So your turkey has now come out of the kiln. It has been fired one time. It is now bisqueware, and we are going to glaze it today and then fire it again, and then it will be glazeware. So your turkey is going to have 2 coats of glaze everywhere, except not the bottom and not the inside. Okay, so where your initials are, we're not going to glaze that part. We're not glazing the bottom of this, because if there's glaze on the bottom, it would stick to the kiln shelf and just become part of the kiln shelf, and then we'd have to break it apart. So instead, we're just painting the part that we see, the top, and everything needs 2 coats. So I have already shook up these glazes for you. You'll notice they're spread out in the clay room. You're going to take a paintbrush and make it the size that you need for the job. And then, oh, I should say this. Some of the paints have a little tile like this, and that will show you what color it comes out after it's been fired, because this glaze looks gray, but when it comes out, it definitely does not look gray. Okay, so I'm going to dip my brush down in. We want to be careful and look down in there. We don't want to have glaze all the way up our bristles, and definitely not up onto the metal or the handle of the brush. That would just be a waste. And you can just pick this up, and I'm going to start just by painting the whole body with my first coat very carefully. Feel free to twist and turn and do what you need to do. Careful not to get it on the bottom. If you do get on the bottom, we can always take a sponge, and I can help you with this part, and we can get it cleaned off. Like there, I'm gonna need to sponge that off. And then I'm gonna just color back on my wings a little bit, and then add some different detailed colors there. Try to keep it symmetrical. And I can add it on the bottom of this wing, because that's not going to touch, but the bottom of the pinch pot will touch. If your wing does touch, then don't put glaze there. And this little part in here. Kind of tricky. Okay, so that was one coat. I'm going to coat the whole thing again while I'm at that color. And then some of you are going to have to not start with your brown, because I only have so many browns. Some of you are going to have to start with your details. So I'm going to speed this up and coat everything with brown, and then I'll come back with some details. When you are done with the color, you're going to leave that brush at that paper plate, and then you're going to get up with your turkey. You're going to go to the next paper plate. So some of you will start with the brown, the main part of your turkey, and some of you will have to start with the other colors. It doesn't matter which order you do it in, just so long as you know what your plan is going to be. I've already shook up this red, so I'm just going to squirt a little bit. Oh, maybe. Looks like the lid is clogged. So I'm just going to dip down in there. And just like I did with the red, I am going to put 2 coats. Sorry, just like I did with the brown, I'm going to put 2 coats onto the red as well as all my other detail colors. Again, I'm going to speed this up just so you don't have to watch all of this. When you get done with one coat, you can go back for your second. Make sure you get all those little spots. Leave that brush with that color. There'll be a paper plate up there, and then switch to the next one. Don't forget the inside of that tail. feather. Okay, since I'm not doing very much of that one, it is not dry yet, so I have a choice to make. I can either wait until it is completely dry at the color that I'm on, or I can move to my yellow and then kind of come back to the orange when the orange is dry, and that's what I think I'm gonna do. So you would physically move in the classroom to where the yellow is. Forget the bottom of the beak. Remember, each color gets its own brush. When I go back to orange, I'm going to use the orange brush. Okay, so I just painted the head blue twice, let that dry, and then I took the smallest brush and made two little eyes. I'm not sure that I like them. I'm kind of wishing I would not have done that now, but that's what art making is, right? We take risks and see how it turns out and make it different next time if we don't like it. When this is done, it should have two coats everywhere, nothing on the bottom. If it has glaze on the bottom, please let me know so I can clean it off with a sponge. And then these are going to go on a black tray in the ceramics room so that I know that they're ready to be fired in the kiln. All right, you guys, I can't wait to see what you create.